Girl, you got that yummy, yum, 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 yum. I take a vacation from that song and I listen to it again. It still sounds good. Yeah, babe, yeah, babe, yeah, babe. A lot of people are mad because I got this cap on. What's the significance of this cap that I got on? It wasn't even planned. I went to the store today, seen it yesterday, bought the black one. Then today, I decided to get this color, which is like a fiery red, orange, and black spots on it. The reason why I bought this color because it kind of matches with my socks. So I'm like, why not? Why don't I just buy it and put my hat in my book bag, and that was it. So what is the significance of this hat? Why is it that so many people seems to take it personal because I have this cap on my head? That's what we're going to get into in the little bit of time that I have. Feel me? What is the significance? What is it about this cap that have people up and on about it? I didn't know I represent. I represent myself first and foremost. Let's get that right. Feel me? So whatever I choose to wear on my head is because I deem that it could make me look a little better, enhance my look in any form or shape, or at least I like the way it looks. So I'm like, let me just wear it. You feel me? Why is it that people get so invested in what I wear and what I don't wear? Somebody talk to me. Are you alright? You're gonna be a lucky motherfucker, bro. You feel me? Why is it? What's going on? What is it about this hat itself? Look at this nigga right here. That nigga, he was here yesterday too. I see you, man. He's just a fiend. He was here yesterday. He's been wanting to get at me since yesterday. I got off the bus, he was sitting down. And I'm standing in my usual spot. Now he's standing up. He's anxious. We can tell he's anxious because he's smoking the cigarettes and keep moving back and forth. Agitated. He can't even stay still. He cannot stand still. He's just moving back and forth. So I'm gonna make sure. I already see the corners. I see them in the corners, in their respectful corners. So we're gonna switch locations. Yeah. You niggas is not smart. Stop it. The only way people can be smarter than you if you're not aware that you under attack. That is the only way. But if we both had the same information and the playing field is equal, we get to realize that some people are just dumb. You feel me? The reason why they look smarter than you, because the game is rigged, like I've already put out already. So it's tilted. The playing field is tilted on their side. It's leaning towards their side. They're asking you to climb an upper hill while they're standing on top of the hill. And every time you try to make any kind of progression, they shoot you down. It makes them look superior, but they're really not. It's just that they make it look that way for them to make it look good. You know what I mean? But once you level off the playing field, you feel me? You know what I know and I know what you know. They find it very difficult. Agitated, that's where the anger comes in and the rage. And they start getting mad. They can't even explain their own rage. They're like, nigga, we know why you mad, nigga. You mad because you're not used to seeing what you're seeing. You used to winning. But now that they level the playing field out, he's like, they cheating. How? They cheating because they know the same information as you do. They cheating because there is fairness. What is it? What is it that they're cheating about? What are you talking about? Feel me? So as soon as you level out the playing field, now you see you get to be in control. But anyway, what is it about this cap? Everybody's mad. Because the reason why they're mad about the cap itself is because they made up a whole lie about me wearing hats because I'm trying to hide my face or trying to hide my hair in any form. Who the fuck? Like, why do you put so much investment in what I do and put on my head? It's my head. You feel me? It feels so entitled to me. It's amazing. It's like, damn, nigga, this is an escapism. You feel me? Just like they got all forms of religion and everything else, escapism is when somebody try to escape their own reality by paying attention to what you do, so they don't have to fix what they have to do. They don't have to fix themselves. So emotionally, physically, everything about them, as long as they point to you, everything about them seems fine now. It's like, oh, I feel better now. Well, look at Jeffrey. Jeffrey is going through this. Jeffrey's a bum. Jeffrey's dirty. That it makes them feel good and better about themselves. As long as you in a position where you're not doing good. But if Jeffrey was to levitate or overcome something, and they see that Jeffrey has overcome this thing, guess what they do? They upgrade everybody else to my standard, because the people who sees this, who are haters, cannot accept the reality of it. So they have to. That's what happened in Amazon when I was in Amazon and everything else like that. I've been in the company for so long, I was making the same amount of money. Of course, these people are nosy. They want to look at your pay stuff and everything else like that. So every time when people see the pay stuff, they get mad. So they had to elevate their pay stuff to be equal to mine, but they never earned it. You feel me? They never earned it. So how can you appreciate something that you never earned? Although they was giving them all these kind of money, people were still leaving because it was like they didn't see the significance in the money that they was getting. Me, on the other hand, I knew the significance of it because I started out way below what I was actually making at that time, because I know I earned it. Up on the world. Because I know I earned that position. You feel me? I know I earned that position. So it was, I held on to it because it was worth something. Because when you work for something and you know you earned it, it doesn't matter how much it is or what it is. It's your baby because you made it. You made it possible. You feel me? These people didn't take appreciation in what they earned or what they had in their hand, because they did not earn it. You feel me? That's where the problem was. So back to the cap. This is what we call escapism. Escapism, when people try to use somebody like myself and others to escape their own reality, so they don't have to take care of their own problems. You feel me? They will use that person for any solution to a problem. You feel me? It could be the world on fire. Or let's just blame Jeffrey for it. You feel me? That's the same thing that the Jews went through. When the German economy was not doing good, they blame it on the Jews. And this kind of escapism thing works very well, because it's like we have to pick somebody to blame for the things that we're going through. And people follow suit, because the world keep asking, how is it that Adolf Hitler at that time, said that the Jews were a problem to the economy and everything else like that, and so many people follow suit? Because it's called escapism. They have to use somebody. Somebody had to be used for that position. You feel me? They do that shit all the time. They did that in the last election. Donald Trump was made the face of racism, and racism been around since fucking who knows, since Jim Crow. Like, you feel me? But Donald Trump had to be made the face of racism. So we always do these things where we don't take accountability for the things that we're going through, and we have to pick somebody or a group of people to replace what we really going through, so we don't have to face it ourselves and sit down and really think about what is the solution. And it's amazing how the problem seems to go away once we blame somebody else for it and we beat on that person. You feel me? Once we beat on that person and shame on that person and remove that person from that site, then out of nowhere, coincidentally, the problem is not there no more. You feel me? What happened to the world being on fire when Donald Trump was in office? What happened to all this problem? Oh shit, shorty, all right. Yeah, that's nice. What happened to all this problem? Pass by. Of course, I'm gonna acknowledge her ass, nigga. You just want me to acknowledge. If it was a man passing by, I was like, damn, that nigga look good, sister. They would be so excited because that's what they want me to be. But as soon as they acknowledge a female, they're like, motherfucker, you're not supposed to be looking at her, you pervert. But yet, when you have these men running around here trying to get me, that they're not a pervert, right? They encourage them. They actually help these niggas. Feel me? It's double standard. There's always double standard. That's what I'm trying. This is a picture I'm trying to paint to y'all. You feel me? It's called escapism, because when Donald Trump was in office, there was a lot of pride. They was talking about race problems. They was talking about the country's divided. They was talking about racism in America. They was talking about Latinos not being treated nicely. They was talking about blacks not being treated nicely. Well, overnight, Biden became president, and all of a sudden, these problems just disappear out of nowhere. It's like they sweep it under the cover. No, it doesn't. Nope. We fine now. Like, you feel me? Donald Trump has been used another day of a modern day escapism. You feel me? We never take care of the problem. We pretend as if it's not there anymore once we get our way. Really, the question comes down to, is there really a racism problem? You feel me? Or is it that when the things don't go our way, we just use these things as talking points so we can get rid of somebody in a position that we don't want him to be in a position to be? You feel me? Where a lot of people agree on it, then they always come together and take these people out of position. Just like when they was jealous of the Jews being in a position of wealth, when they was practicing good business practice, when they was saving their money and everything else, and they held on to their money and they was building things with it. There was smart business in it, business in, while others were just spending their money however they want. And when they went broke, they needed somebody to blame it, and instead of blaming those who actually managed their money very well, and those who happened to be the Jews then. You feel me? People always have to blame somebody for the things that they have done wrong. You feel me? Escapism again. They will just they don't look at themselves as the problem. No, they will choose somebody else and be like, that's the problem right there. We need to destroy him. And when that is finished, and when they finish destroying that person, all of a sudden the problem goes away. All of a sudden it just disappears overnight. All of a sudden we all casual. It's like there's no problem. Nobody's taking the COVID-19 serious anymore. It's like the problem just disappeared overnight. And this is still Biden's first year. He hasn't even made a second year yet. And it seems like it was a foreign idea. It's like, where did that shit went? You feel me? Where is it? That's why it's important that we keep history and we keep reminding these bastards. Because if you don't remind these people, man, they will do it again with the next person. They will complain. The next thing you know, that person get demonized. They remove that person out of office, or he get lynched in public. Then another person or a group of people, and they keep going because they're never happy. You feel me? So what is the significance behind these cap that I'm wearing? What is it? It has nothing to do with the cap itself. They just pick because they use my cap wearing. When I wear a cap, they use that as an excuse. They use it as an example, as an excuse for the things that they was doing or the things that they were saying. So as soon as I decided I just woke up to that and decided, let me just switch it up. All of a sudden, they mad. It's crazy. It's crazy, my nigga. You can't make this shit up, B. You can't make it up, my nigga. You just can't. You just cannot make it up, man. You just can't, man. It's like they have no reason for the things that they do. That's why you always got to check them. You got to remind them. That's why they don't bring things to me. They never bring the stories to me. But I'm asking, let it pass. When you start telling the truth, it hurts sometimes. You see, they never bring these things to me, because when they bring it to me, I will always check them. I'll be like, last year at this time, you said this. Now, today, you saying this. What is it? You feel me? People just forget, because there's so many complaints about me that they forget these things. So I have to bring it back and remind them, like, hey, remember they said this? So how is it that it changed this time? You feel me? And that's what I got to do. I got to always remind these people. They always try to use escapism. They never face their own problems. They always got to pick and choose who. It's crazy. Like, yo, that shit is amazing to me, man. I look at it and I be like, God damn. Sometimes it happens so many times, I just figure out what they need already. I be like, give them what they need. Just give them what they need and just let's see. I bet you they're not going to be happy. Because the whole Amazon thing, when I was working on Amazon, they was constantly. And then finally, these people had to give in. It was crazy because I guess the management and people in the same position just had to give in. They was like, all right, just let's give them what they want. And they still not happy. Look at them. They still going harder than ever. It's like you lied and you forcefully took away the job. And now you still mad. What are you mad about? You're supposed to be celebrating right now. You feel me? But they're still not happy. escapism. They gotta use you as a problem to escape what they're going through. You feel me? It's crazy. You are the excuse, and you got a phone in line. They already got a story made out for you. It's narcissist. I hate to use the word narcissism anymore. I just want to show you through example what is going on, because I don't want to use narcissists no more. You feel me? It's too easy to use narcissists. It's obvious. I'm trying to show you through the traits of it. You feel me? I'm trying to paint you an example of what's actually going on in real life, so you can get to see it for yourself. You understand? That this should be happening through history. This is just another time. In modern time, people are doing it. We individuals are doing it. Group of people are doing it. You feel me? I'm like, groups of individuals are doing it. You feel me? I'm just using history. I'm not making this shit up. You feel me? The whole, what you feel like? You feel me? Just think about it, but think about all the wars that's fought and everything else. What was the reason for it? You feel me? They always need an escapism. They need somebody to blame it on. They need to point the finger at me and say, that's the bad guy. Feel me? They be like, that is the bad guy. Because we need that sometimes. I can't even say it's human. I can't call it human. I don't think it's right to call it human. It cannot be human. Feel me? They got to embarrass you in public just so they can feel better about themselves. You feel me? They have to embarrass you. They have to. They gotta do some wild, degrading act to you. You feel me? They have to. They have to strip you of everything so people can laugh at you. You feel me? Then out of nowhere, wherever that they was complaining about you, that shit disappears. That shit is non-existent anymore. Why? Because there was a line from the beginning. If it was really that problem, the problem still exists. You feel me? Because they was talking about all this thing. Donald Trump is dividing the country. There's racist problem all over, and this, that, and the third. It's like, if there's really racist problem going on, then where did it go? You feel me? One man cannot divide a country like that. That means that shit is still around. But yet, it happened to die down. The news media went back to their regular jobs. You feel me? The news media who be pumping this shit into the atmosphere, they went back to their regular job, and all of a sudden we all happen to be going on our regular life. Nobody's being mad at each other. Nobody's being controlled. Everybody's thinking for themselves and seeing that there's not really no problem. You just gotta go out there and do it yourself. Go work. You know what I mean? You're not going through the problems I'm going through where people are literally in your way. You feel me? We all have equal opportunities. Just go out there and go get it. You feel me? So what is it that this so-called Donald Trump thing was going on? What is it that he was saying or doing? It's just called escapism. They just needed somebody to blame for their problems. You feel me? Or maybe he was getting too much love and they just was jealous of the whole situation of what was going on. It was like, you know what? This nigga getting too much attention and I want his attention. It's like, you know what? We gonna hate on Trump. You feel me? And that's what's going on. They just snatched this. Like, let's just take that away from him. You feel me? These are the things that happen. These are just two examples. I used the Jewish example that happened in Germany, and I'm using the modern day example of what happened with Donald Trump and everything else like that. And you also see what happened to Bill Cosby. You also see what happened to Bill Cosby too. Recently, Bill Cosby was released. But he was also used as an escapism around the time when the Me Too movement was picking up. It was a Me Too movement, and Bill Cosby happened to be caught in the crossfire. He started being accused of something that happened in 1972, 1982, goddamn, 2002. How do you prove these things? You feel me? But it's called escapism. They had to use him as the face of it. You feel me? So he was put in jail after they had an agreement that he wouldn't be prosecuted. Forcefully arrested and put in jail in the public eye because he had to be used as an escapism. So it even happened to Bill Cosby. Who did it happen to? It happened to somebody. Even Harvey Weinstein fell victim to the thing. Maybe Harvey Weinstein was a predator. Who knows? But he was doing that shit all this time and nobody said nothing until the Me Too movement came around. Then all of a sudden, guess what? Bomb. They called him for that. You feel me? So whenever there's a movement going on, let it pass, let it pass, let it pass, let it pass. Shout out to the firefighters. They recently got a raise. Biden administration signed a pay raise for them because he said the heat is going up, so he signed a pay raise for them. So shout out to the firefighters and everything else like that you did. You feel me? So it's called escapism. You know what I mean? Bill Cosby was used as that too. Harvey Weinstein was also used because in a period in time, you just gotta start watching yourself. You be like, I could be next, because it could be Black Cause Matter. You feel me? And I could kick a car right now, and then I could be used as the face for the escapism. We gotta arrest him and show him, because people go into momentary rage out of nowhere. Every 4 years, it seems to be some form of rage brewing up. They just start raging like a purge. It's a purge. Like, hey, somebody's a victim. Somebody got to be attacked. We all go on the attack and just go after this individual. Nobody questions it. You feel me? Especially during the time when Trump was being accused of doing something about the Ukraine memo. Everybody started accusing him. And I'm like, yo, let me go online and read the memo myself. I read the memo. I'm like, what the hell are they talking about? I'm like, there's nothing in this memo that says anything, but people don't read the evidence. People don't take the time to look at the problem themselves. Everybody just jump on a bandwagon. Everybody jump on a bandwagon and start accusing this man of, what is it called? Tic-tac. What I said tic-tac too. Accusing this man of bribery. And I'm like, I read it, and I'm like, this man, I'm like, the memo says, what he did on the memo, he was actually very nice. That's what I said. That's like he was a very nice man to the president. I'm like, how is it that I'm reading this memo and the news media is putting out a different information? Because we don't take the time out to look at the research. We all join the herd and we just attack somebody who don't need to be attacked. You feel me? And that's what we always do. And I want us to have a different mentality moving forward. When somebody says something, take the time out, let it pass. They don't like that. When somebody says something about somebody, or a group of people are saying something about somebody, take the time out to do the research for yourself before you join the herd and start attacking this individual. And that's what I did. I took the time out and read the Ukraine memo, and I'm like, this is bullshit. This man did not do nothing wrong. All he did was congratulate that man for winning his presidency and told him whenever he needs something, contact the United States, That's what happened. But you feel me? This is what goes on every day. People join the herd to attack somebody else. Always. They always do it. You feel me? They always join the herd. And you know, I don't want to even go down African American history, because we know they've joined the herd to attack them too. So it's always that herd mentality. And I want us to be like, yo, come on, man. We got to be better than that. We human beings. Let's use our biggest muscles, which is our brain, to think for ourselves before we jump in and start attacking people. You feel me? There's no reason why we don't have to use our mind. We're so busy and want to attack people that we don't use our brain and everything else like that. Why? Because we need somebody for escapism. We need to escape our own problem. I can have insecure about my body, or somebody can have insecurity about their body being big or I'm being skinny, and I use somebody else as an escapism so I can escape my own problems. That's what escapism is about. We don't get to take care of our own problems. We let it pile up, we let it pile up. Then somebody comes along and we blame that person for it. And so for a strange reason, it makes us feel good for that moment. And we become addicted to feeling good for that moment. And we keep going for new victims, and new victims, and new victims every other time. And my bus is here and that lady is fun as hell. And I'm about to go. One.